Hello, Steve White, Trickboy89 for Steve Arts 89. We've had some leaked set photos from one of the last episodes of Strange New Worlds to be filmed. They finished the first season. They only did 10 episodes, less than the first couple of years of Discovery, but seems to be the standard at the moment to do 10 episodes. Now, there are a bunch of photos, I think there are 4 that have been put on a Instagram, I don't know if it's a website or just an Instagram page. It's called Onset Toronto, and they just have photos, leaked photos from various productions that are happening in Toronto. And they had 4 photos, which are basically all Antarans who are basically protesting an office building in a downtown area. It just looks like Earth, and they are protesting what is apparently the Department of Defense, and they've got slogans like no pride in genocide, stop fighting, and so forth. So they're protesting a war or the same sort of politics that were involved in the storyline from Enterprise, because the Antarans were a race that were in conflict with the Denobulans, which is Dr. Phlox's character in Enterprise. There was a genocide that was committed centuries before, and the two races have vilified each other and not had any contact with any for ages, until Dr. Phlox had to treat one of them. He didn't want to be treated, he wanted to die rather than be treated by Dr. Phlox, but eventually they both learn something from each other. It's a great episode. It's a great episode of Star Trek, and it doesn't need to be revisited. And I'm really disappointed that Strange New Worlds, which has been sold to us as this return to Star Trek that's going to be episodic, it's going to be about new civilizations and strange new worlds, that they're going back to alien races that we already know, that have been established in the Star Trek universe for literally a century or more, from Enterprise to Star Trek. We've got Antarans in Starfleet crews. We saw one in Lower Decks, so in the 24th century they're actually part of Starfleet by then. So these are not strange new worlds, these are not new aliens, this is not a new race, this is not something new or exciting. It's going to be a bunch of politics based on Earth politics, I guess, and a bunch of political protests and people basically on an Earth-like planet. I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is not what I wanted to see from Star Trek Strange New Worlds. What I wanted to see was set photos of constructed worlds, constructed alien planets, new things, interesting things, things we haven't seen before. We've seen these people before, we've seen this story before. It's been told well. I can't imagine they're going to tell it better. I think they should just left it alone. I'm just like, what are they going to do with this? It's like Into Darkness all over again. You can't tell Wrath of Khan or Space Seed any better, so why try? I'm feeling really, really, really not anxious, but just disappointed. It's like, really, you got 10 episodes. You can't afford to waste one set on an Earth-type planet with races we've already dealt with politics we've already dealt with a story we've already done. This is not encouraging. I know people will just say, are you being negative? You just want to hate? I'm like, no, I want this to be good. I was disappointed by Discovery. I was betrayed by Picard. I was slapped in the face by Lower Decks, but Lower Decks is getting better. They're actually acknowledging Starfleet and validating Starfleet, and this sort of one character that was sort of the centre of everything seems to be taking a backseat to some of the other characters and allowing them to actually have their moments and to be more of an ensemble, which is what Star Trek is. Star Trek's a family of diverse people, an ensemble, people who solve problems together through their diversity and their knowledge, not just one sort of superhero being like the centre of everything and everyone else just falls around them like other characters. So I'm not feeling very optimistic. I'm trying so hard to be optimistic about this. I want it to be good. I want every episode to just be like a return to Star Trek, and just we can have our Star Trek show that's like Star Trek, and Discovery fans can have their Discovery show, and Lower Decks can have their show. The idea was, Kurtzman said he wanted to give each sort of element of the science fiction fandom their version of Star Trek, so everyone can have something to enjoy. Well, I don't mind that so much if one of them resembles the original Star Trek, and we get to enjoy that. And that's what Strange New Worlds is supposed to be. The only thing we've seen so far is them redesigning the transporter room, which was already over-designed and far too complicated to be the original Series 1 and didn't need that much over-design. and they were just sort of making it look more like original Star Trek, which is nice. It's nice that they're trying to do that, but it doesn't matter if all the stories are just Earth-based politics stories with alien races we've already seen before. And if that's what this series is, it's just going to be a big disappointment. I'm preparing for disappointment because I just can't get my hopes up and get disappointed like that again. So I'm trying to be optimistic, but I'm also preparing myself because I'm just seeing this and like, no. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. I'm just going to go, and I am going to hope for something great, but I'm really preparing for something less because I don't want to get disappointed. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. I can't remember if I said that or not, but let me know what you think. Do you think I'm overreacting, or do you think this is just, what we should expect?